They tell me thousands have gathered, Sister Spearman, at the call of your husband and many others for the 14th annual Mall March on Raleigh, HKonJ People's Assembly, and you ought to let them hear you with a mighty shout. I want you to know that every generation has its moment to fight for what's right. That's what Renita Wayne said, and said there comes a time you got to stop crying that you got to fight. Every generation has its Red Sea and its Pharaoh. Every generation has its valley of dry bones. In other words, every generation has something to face. And so, my brothers, in this season, it's just our time. But we don't face it crying, we don't face it mourning, we don't face it with our backs bent, we face it fighting for what is right. And so I came back here today for just a moment to say, in the face of everything we see, we've got some challenges, state and national. But we've already shown we can win. They spent $6 million of our tax dollars. They had a whole, as my other grandmama called, passel of lawyers. We had Mar Monday, HKonJ, some pro bono lawyers, and a few chicken sandwiches that we sold. And we won. We won. And now that we have won to preserve the right to vote, God knows in heaven we better vote. We better vote. There comes a time that we must stop mourning and start mobilizing and go to work. This is the 150th year of the signing of the 15th Amendment. It's time for us to mobilize and go to work. This is the 55th year of the signing of the Voting Rights Act. It's time for us to mobilize and go to work. Frederick Douglass said, in the face of oppression, you must embolden and intensify your agitation. And so that's what I came by to say. I came by to say that if the extremists try to take and suppress our right to vote, they must fear our power. And if they fear our power, then let's actualize that fear. Y'all don't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. If they fear our power, then why don't we as white folk and black folk and brown folk and yellow folk and gay folk and straight folk and folk from the mountains and folk from the sand hills, why don't we actualize their fear? It's time to intensify and embolden our agitation at the ballot box. I wish I had a witness here. I wish I had a witness here. If you're tired of a president that's committed to lying and racism and economic policies that cater to the wealthy and hurt the poor and takes health care and blocks living wages, then don't cuss at a tree in your backyard. Embolden and intensify your agitation and get everybody to the ballot box. God from Zion. I feel like preaching. In 1867, when they did not find Johnson guilty after impeachment, the people then, the radical people who believed in justice, they emboldened and they intensified their agitation and sent his butt home for a vacation. If they could do it in 1868, surely, I said surely, with all of this social media and all of these cars we have, surely we can intensify and embolden our agitation. In 1919, there was a racist in the White House named Woodrow Wilson. In 1964, there was a George Wallace in the governorship. Every generation has had its challenge and has had to face, and we just have ours now. And if we could win the right to save the vote, God knows we ought to use it since we won it. Well, I'm going off the stage so that somebody else can come. But if I was at my home church, I'd tell you, slap somebody a high five and tell them I'm ready to fight. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of mourning. And I'm going to fight with love. I'm going to fight with truth. I'm going to fight with marching. I'm going to fight at the ballot box. I ain't got to hurt nobody. I ain't got to cuss nobody. But everybody, it's time to vote. It's time to intensify and embolden your agitation. Turn to your other neighbor and say, neighbor, agitate, agitate, agitate. Turn to your other neighbor and say, neighbor, since they fear us, let's make their fear real. Let's go to the ballots like never before. Do I have a mobilizer? Do I have a witness? Is there anybody in here that's gonna do what you got to do? Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, 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 it's fighting time. It's standing time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Raise your hand if you're going to organize. Now grab that hand and say, you better not be lying. Grab it. Say, you better not. Say, you better not be lying. Say, you better not be lying. Hold that hand, hold that hand. Some say, you better not be lying. And some say, I may not even like you sometime. Some say, I may not like you sometime. But this year, we're going to put all that aside. Because it's time. It's time. It's past time. And brothers and sisters, if we agitate right, some of our adversaries might even get clean. If we vote right, we might even change some of their minds. Don't ever underestimate what a moral movement can do, because even a Romney might change his mind.